Awesome. So what happened today? Did you do anything interesting?
Nothing special. Yeah,
Really?
it's the same as usual. Did you have
Oh, you just
Mhm.
like what?
No, I
Like,
mean, did you have something special today?
oh, I just taught a couple of students earlier in the day, and then I started teaching students online later this evening. So, this day I just took it easy before I came to work. I read the newspaper and I ate some pineapple and then made breakfast and drank coffee, and it was nice.
Oh, do you make dinner or your meal by yourself?
Yeah.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Actually, I ate all my dinner. It was in these containers.
Uh-huh. Wow.
I bring my dinner to work every day in my
Wow.
Tupperware.
Mm-hmm.
So I made some vegetables
Mm-hmm.
with potatoes, string beans, garlic, onions, and cauliflower and broccoli.
Mm-hmm. How long does it take when you make your own meal?
Like 20 or 30 minutes.
Wow, very sure.
Yeah, then I cooked some black rice, whole grain black rice, and I made what did I? Oh, I made corned beef
Mm-hmm.
with onions and garlic with small. I diced up the potatoes into small pieces and sautéed it and steamed it a little bit with some water and then ate it with my rice. It was really delicious. My Korean student was here earlier and I gave him some to try it and he really liked it. It was so delicious.
Mm-hmm.
He liked it a lot. So,
Korean student came there. You're Korean student?
yeah, I have some two students from Korea that are here until they stayed. Well, they stayed. One stayed here for 5 months, and the other one is here for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will go back to Korea on January 25. So
Mm-hmm.
I teach them every day for 2 hours each person.
Wow.
Yeah.
For 2 hours, how did you get to know them? Through Meet or in other
Yeah,
way?
they were the one of the Korean managers' family members. So
Pardon? Korean what?
they were one of the Korean managers' family members.
Manager? What does that mean?
A manager is somebody who's in charge, like a
Mm,
boss.
okay.
Manager, manager.
Mm-hmm.
If I am the manager of Lot, Lotte Burger, I am the boss of the Lotte Burger restaurant.
Okay, I see. So 2 hours every day?
Yeah,
Mm. So what
even
kind?
on Christmas, because Koreans don't
Oh,
really celebrate Christmas too much. So we went, Mint was closed, so we met in the cafe and we ate
oh,
apple pie and drank coffee, and we had a English class in the actually, the cafe is owned by a Korean guy.
oh,
And they have a lot of books there that you can read, and then they have very delicious desserts and good coffee.
oh. So where do you usually teach them?
Uh, Usually we just meet here in the office,
Uh-huh,
and
but
there's like some table, and we can have our lesson there.
okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of material do you use to teach them?
I used some discussion topics for free talking, and then I have some books, like I have grammar books, like I have this grammar book here called
Mm-hmm.
Grammar in Use,
Grammar in use, yeah.
Intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
It's uh it's a grammar book, so I teach grammar, and then I always correct their pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some English pronunciation books that help me. It's kind of like NS, so I just teach them some natural pronunciation for sounds, for vowels and consonants.
Okay, I see.
And then we talk about many topics, discussion topics.
Mm-hmm. Um, so how long have you been teaching English? Maybe for 16 years, right?
17 years.
17 years.
Yeah, I taught English in the United States for about a year and a half, and I taught Japanese students
Mm-hmm.
in California, and I taught science to grade elementary school children, grade school children.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
So here in the Philippines, I've been teaching Koreans,
mm-hmm.
um, and I also taught Chinese people when I started teaching Koreans. Later, I also taught Japanese here, and later I taught some people from Okinawa and from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. How long have you stayed in there? I mean, in the Philippines?
Since 2001.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, are you alone there without
Yep.
your family?
Yeah, I'm single.
Oh.
I had a long time ago. I had two girlfriends. So my first girlfriend was for like 4 years, and then we broke up,
Mm-hmm.
and she moved to Singapore, and then I dated another girl for 8 years, and then we broke up because she went to live in Australia.
Oh,
So
I
since
see.
2013 November, I've been single.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Yeah.
what made you come to the Philippines?
My friend in America offered me a job to work in an
Oh,
IT company, so I came to work for his IT company at first.
uh-huh.
But part time, I worked at Berlitz Language Center in Makati City in Metro Manila, and I taught Japanese, Korean, and Filipinos English. And later, when I stopped working at my friend's company, I got a job at a university in Manila, and I taught Korean students there, and some Filipino students, and some Chinese students.
So, before you became a teacher, you were in the IT field, right?
Yeah, I worked as a liaison between the programmers and the clients, beta testing and keeping the programmers on schedule for their projects.
So,
Uh,
uh, do you satisfy your job now compared to the previous job?
yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
I always like what I do. If I don't, I won't do it. I'll stop.
Mm-hmm. I see. Yeah, I sometimes I wonder, yeah, you are American,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, you live in the Philippines, so
Uh-huh.
yeah, I just wonder how you came to the Philippines like that. But
Ah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
now
So
yeah.
it's okay. I like it, and I enjoy the culture, and I learned the language, and I know how to cook the food and eat the
Mm,
food. And I've traveled many places to different islands.
mm,
Some Filipinos never travel around their own country, but I've been to many islands,
mm,
and so I know a lot of the geography and the history and the different languages and different kinds of people in different areas. So yeah, it's fun.
mm. How long have you been working for the Mint?
I've been working here just a little more than a year.
Okay, more than a year.
Uh huh.
Mm. Uh, do you know what is this class for?
What is
This class for?
this
What?
class for?
Yeah. So what's the purpose of this class? Do you know?
Yeah, it's a competition.
Uh-huh. You already knew it.
Of course.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I wondered you know it or not. So.
Yeah, I know it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I know it. Of course. So
And.
this is the English versus Filipino
Mm-hmm.
competition. So they
Uh-huh.
advertise it on the website,
Mm-hmm.
and every time students evaluate, and then there's like a winner and a
Mm-hmm.
loser. So yeah, it's good fun. for the Filipinos to give them confidence in their skill,
Mm-hmm.
to
Then,
let the students know that the Filipinos can be as fun to study with and as
mm-hmm.
competent as maybe a native speaker in many
Mm-hmm.
cases.
But are you don't you feel bad when you know you lost?
No, because the the rating system done by the students
Mm-hmm.
is uh, it's kind of subjective.
Mm-hmm.
It's not objective. So it's based on their experience and their opinion and their feelings. It's not based on actual uh, knowledge or use of English as much as it's based on, their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have I know I'm really good at my job. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm very confident.
Mm-hmm.
I keep studying English all the time because grammar can be very difficult for even for
Oh.
Americans. I
Mm-hmm.
think grammar in any language is hard for native citizens to understand if they don't study it. So it requires constant study, and we have many words in our language. The language is very vast, and the etymology of the words is important to pronunciate different pronunciations
Mm-hmm.
based on accent and where people live, listening comprehension, reading comprehension. So I always learn new words
Mm-hmm.
every day. There's
Mm-hmm.
different words I've never known that I find in the dictionary, or when I read books. Like I read like 4 books a week.
Wow.
So yeah, I know if I took a objective test like
Mm-hmm.
IELTS with the teachers,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm gonna have a really high score. I took the TOEFL test before, even with a British teacher and an American teacher and all the Filipino teachers at another school in Manila
Mm-hmm.
called Washington, and I got the highest score. I got like a 98% of everything correct. So I'm pretty confident that if I took some objective measure of my English ability, that
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be the best.
Yeah, I know it. So that's why I thought you would not feel that good if you got to know the result of the competition because
Ah,
you are a native speaker
uh-huh,
and yeah you speak English well, but
uh-huh.
students chose Filipino teacher, not you. So if I were you, yeah, I would not feel good, but
Ah,
You know, you have a lot of knowledge in English. That's why you are okay.
yeah, I'm
It,
okay. I'm
mhm.
confident. I'm not insecure, like, oh no, I lost. Oh no, like, I know I'm really good. I read really difficult books, English books all the time about really difficult topics, and I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I know I'm good enough, and I don't need
Mm,
to prove it. I can if somebody wants me to, but I don't have to prove it. And some teachers, some students have been together with their teachers for a long time.
mhm,
So they have a very close relationship. They care about each
mhm,
other, and they want to see their teachers do well. So and
mhm,
excel in their job and as their student, they want to reinforce in their mind that their teacher is awesome. So they will vote high for their teachers. So that's okay for me. I understand that.
mhm,
It's psychological. They will support someone they know
mhm.
rather than somebody who's not familiar with them, right?
Mhm. But there are other students who are not in charge of uh, your competition.
Uh
So,
huh.
like me, I'm not a their students.
Uh huh.
So, but if I chose other teacher instead of you,
Uh huh.
then yeah, it doesn't mean you are worse than your
Of course.
competitors. But anyway, you are a teacher, so
Uh-huh.
I think it would be better a student chose you. If a student doesn't choose you, if students don't choose you, then uh, is there any reason? How can I say? Can you say you are a good teacher?
Is there any way I can say I'm a good teacher?
Yes. So
Uh,
if most students don't choose you, then how can you say you are a good teacher? Even though you have a lot of experience or knowledge, you are good at speaking English.
I don't know. Maybe I could take an IELTS test and show you the results. I took the MSET test and my results are published on the website, so it's
Mm-hmm.
very high.
Yes.
Actually, I made all of the recordings for the NS course,
Mm-hmm.
so in my voice with my pronunciation of the proper vowel sounds and consonant sounds. So, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the proof is if you have me teach you and you ask me difficult questions and,
Mm-hmm.
I answer most of them,
Sure.
then that should prove to you that I can teach you competently. Actually, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the teachers often come and ask me how to make certain corrections or what idiomatic expressions can be used or grammatically what words can you put adjectives before the
Mm-hmm.
noun or after the noun, like lots of different questions about grammar and idioms, slang, accents, pronunciation. So,
Mm-hmm.
and some pronunciation is tricky because if you go to England, they have different pronunciations for different words.
Yes.
Some words in English came from the French language. Some people use the English pronunciation and some people use the French pronunciation. And if you go to the south or the north or the east coast of the United States or the west coast, the pronunciation changes.
Mm-hmm.
Like aunt is my mother or my father's sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to the east coast in New York, they say aunt, aunt.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to the south, they say ain't, not
Mm.
aunt. They say ain't, aunt,
Oh.
aunt. So it's the same word. The pronunciations are okay because that's their regional accent.
Mm-hmm.
It's not incorrect pronunciation. It's just not as common or standard as aunt.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
I have experience, and you know,
Yeah, I think
uh,
it's okay if you are so confident for yourself, yeah, to
sure.
be a good teacher, then yeah.
I've taken the TOEFL test before.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, schools I worked at before required me to take it, so they paid for it, and I took it, and then they have my score. So I think that was proof enough for them before. If anybody wants me to do it again, I can always prove myself.
Mm-hmm.
That test
Okay.
is made for foreigners, not for native English speakers. So me taking it's kind of unusual. Uh, the test taker would be like, "Why are you taking this test?" But most of it's computer based or online based, so
Yeah.
internet based. So it's not. There's usually nobody except for the test company. You pay them the
Mm-hmm.
money and they give you the test.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have fun this New Year's.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I
What you gonna
will.
do?
I will go to a certain place. I forgot the name, but I will
Okay.
go there for my kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh, you're gonna go there for them or with them?
For them.
Oh, what do you mean for them?
Just actually that place is for kids, not for
Ah,
adults. So
I
mhm.
see.
Yeah, I will go there with them, but anyway, it's for them.
Okay. So
Mhm.
maybe I say like I will take my kids
Mhm.
to a kid-friendly place.
Kids friendly place. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So are you and your husband gonna do anything?
I don't plan anything, yeah, special.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, that's okay. So, me, I'm gonna go with one of my friends' families,
Mhm.
and one of my friends' family, and spend time there with them.
Ah, so in the Philippines, you mean?
Huh? Yeah.
Uh, uh-huh, okay. I
Yep.
see.
Yep. So, oh, it was really good meeting you. Hopefully, we'll have class again soon
Okay, yeah, I'm
after
expect.
the
Yeah.
new year.
Okay, I'm looking forward to having a class with you again.
Great. And if you have any other questions, just let me know, okay?
Okay,
All right. Take care. Is it Aliyah?
Elia.
Aliyah. Okay, Aliyah.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye.